name is Yvonne Yaar. I am a glass artist, and I do just about anything that can be done to glass. I manipulate it in front of the torch, in a kiln. I don't like to say I'm a hot glass artist because people make fun of me.
How would I do that so that, okay, obviously you have to like glue it on.
Yeah. I've got, again, I'm just you guys, this is the really good stuff. So you're going to use just a little bit of it, and I don't know how I lost the lid when I packed it up. I cut it.
And does it matter which side you're cutting?
Yeah. I go for the smoother side. Usually there's one side that's kind of rough and one side that's kind of smooth. It's easier if you go on the smoother side.
Okay.
So I'm going to line it up there. I'm just going to push it against that, and you wanted it about there if I remember correctly, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll go for the first cut. And I'm going to stay at a 90-degree angle. It's kind of hard to tell, but my blade is at a 90-degree angle. I'm going to put some pressure and go straight down. Hopefully I did it right. This is a thicker piece of glass. Then what I do is I take one of my gloves, apply pressure on this side, and a pressure on this side, so that the line is, yeah, it is scary. So the line is, lots of times people have me do this part, the whole class. That's okay. And I just apply pressure. There's things called kiln forming, so sometimes I put glass in a mold. I make things that way. Slumping is when you put glass over a mold and let it take the shape of the mold. And in here, all sorts of smaller pieces with tons of different colors. Again, if you're going to dig in there, there's some dichroic pieces. Fusing, which is what we're going to do tonight, is when you cut out layers of glass and cut out different pieces of glass and then layer them on top of each other and fuse them together. This was just an example that I used for another class. We were making tiles, so we were making larger pieces. But just so you get the idea, there's lots of different ways you can fuse. You can tack fuse, which means that you're just barely left in the kiln long enough for it to actually tack to the other piece of glass. So it's a much more three-dimensional look if you tack fuse. You can fuse it a little bit more and it starts to melt in, or you can do a full fuse and it's just all one solid piece when you're done.
Yvonne, once we cut it, does it melt exactly into the shape that was cut?
No, not always. It can sometimes, especially if you put a lot of layers. If there's one area that has a lot of glass, then that area might be slightly misshapen. I honestly never make any promises because glass is very volatile art form, and you might do it one way one time and do it exactly the same way the second time and it doesn't come out the same. Or it does. You don't know. And shape it over there and have a match in on the side. You can make a sand dollar, you can make a cat, you can make a little person, whatever you want to do. So all this art needs heat. Well, unless you're working with stained glass or, you know, that but any kind of glass, it's called hot glass. I do hot glass.
Now, did you have a piece in your show that said cold fused or cold?
Cold works. And cold works is very good. I didn't even think of including that. Cold work just means that I took the glass and I sanded it, buffed it, filed it, cut it. I didn't apply any heat to it. And so there is a piece out there called radioactive seaweed that is just cut pieces of glass that I cut out and shaped and sanded in.
And should the bumpies be up or down?
When you glue it on, the bumpies should be down. This is an example. I actually made the canes first and then melted that all in. So it's actually melted. It was actually quite the process. I actually melted on top. Made the canes first. Each one of those canes probably took me 15 to 20 minutes a piece. Then I melted it onto the black glass, then I took it out of the kiln the next day and put the clear glass on top and put it back in the kiln for another day. So you gotta be quick, because it moves very quickly. The main reason I'm telling you this is because you can't mix them together.
Oh, how do you know what's what?
Well, you'll have squares on top of it, you know, very geometric, and some people want to make it look like a bird. You know, so I've got grinders. This is the glass cutting table here. I've got the grinding table. So I will show you how to grind it so that you can shape it and make things more rounded if you want something not geometric and straight. If you're not actually going to shape it, you're just trying to make it less sharp, right? That's your goal?
Yes.
Okay. So make sure it matches. Yeah, run it down. Maybe 2 or 3 times. You don't have to press really hard, just make sure your last bit is wet. And that should, you can tell a difference.
Yeah.